Welcome to Frequency Matters, the RF and Microwave Update series. I'm Pat Hindle, and I'm here with my co-host Eric Heim. This episode, we're going to continue our coverage of the April amplifier and oscillator issue. As a reminder, the cover feature is on revolutionizing Wi-Fi and cellular RF front ends with GaN on silicon, written by FinWave. Very interesting new FET technology they have with GaN on silicon. It's E-mode, low voltage, and can be processed on a CMOS line, so it could have the cost and performance to replace a lot of the incumbent technologies. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
So we covered the technical features in the last episode. So how about products? What do we have for tech briefs?
Well, we actually have a full plate this month of tech briefs, Pat. We've got Hyperlabs, and they have expanded their line of balance. So this latest one goes to 67 gigahertz, and they've optimized phase and amplitude balance. And I think they're getting 18 dB isolation port to port. And baluns are kind of that overlooked function that everybody uses, but no one thinks about. We've also got Tau Glass, and they've introduced an antenna integrator software package. And that allows RF engineers to optimize performance, PCB size, component placement, and just generally integrate mechanically into embedded applications. So that's the latest in a line of software products that they've released that make that using of embedded antennas easier. We've got Zcom that introduced a phase-locked oscillator, and it goes to 22.5 gigahertz in 0.1 hertz steps. So that's impressive. But what's even more impressive, I think, is they have committed to providing customized versions of that device in less than 48 hours. And then finally, we have KVG Quartz Technology, and they've introduced a vibration-isolated OXO, so oven-compensated crystal oscillator. And with the design of the packaging and the oscillator, they believe that they have eliminated any phase noise degradation due to vibration. And phase noise has become one of the more important topics in wireless, certainly these days. So that's an impressive development.
Great. And we had one product feature from P-Semi, and they've done a front-end module for Wi-Fi and IoT applications. Supports 4 of the IoT protocols plus Wi-Fi all in one front-end module, which they say is a first. And using their Ultra CMOS process, they say they can really beat the cost and performance of other incumbent technologies. So another one that looks to replace what's going on there. And we had a special guest join us for this episode, Sean Darcy, who's a senior director at Infineon in the Aerospace and Defense Group. He joined us to discuss power products in the satellite market. So let's take a look at a clip from that now.
So what about thermal management? What strategies would you suggest if someone wants to use silicon or GaN power components in a satellite power system?
Oh, good question. For you guys who are new to the industry, probably a bigger challenge in radiation is thermal. There is no convection in space. It's conduction, and then you have to radiate your heat overboard as infrared. So thermal becomes a huge, huge challenge, probably more so than any other challenge in space. I think the good thing about what you want to look at with things like, especially new technologies like GaN technology, you have much higher efficiencies, you're radiating less heat. Something that goes back to we make the choices is silicon carbide, which we make, still does very, very well. So the big thing about the thermal challenge is how do you actually do the thermal budget across the entire satellite? I always like to say that I think a lot of, I spent most of my career actually on the customer side, not on the semiconductor side. I think most people agree is on the customer side, we don't care if it's made of silicon carbide, bubblegum, or GaN. We care about the efficiency and how well it works. Those of us in semiconductors care about that, but really does the customer really care about that? He wants something very efficient.
It's always great to talk with Sean Darcy. We've done a lot of things together, including a podcast, so love to have him on the show. And so turning to the news, the UK Ministry of Defense reported that they've successfully taken down a drone swarm with an RF energy device. And so this is the first time it's been done in the UK. And this previously, the system could go over 1,000 yards on range, and they think they can do it for 13 cents a shot. So no more hitting drones, $1,000 drones with $1 million missiles. Yeah. So it's a big area of research. We've been following Epirus in the U.S., who's been doing a similar system. So a lot of work going on in that area. And I also saw that Fortify, RTX, and University of Notre Dame have gotten funding from the U.S. Army Command to improve command and control communication systems with 5G technology. And Fortify will use this to develop their gradient index antenna lenses for this type of application. So interesting work there. How about news for you?
Well, I see that ID TechX released a report on in-cabin sensing. And one of the big takeaways, not surprisingly, the automotive industry is very cost sensitive. But in their view, they intend to do more functionality, the automotive industry, but use less hardware. So according to ID TechX, that's a great opportunity for AI. So that bears watching, and it might be a good use actually for AI. I also see that Dell'Oro released their latest CapEx, so wireless and wireline report, and unfortunately the news there is not all that good. In their estimation, they think that 2024 closed 8% lower than the previous year, and they think that demand is going to firm up a little bit, but they're still looking at about a 3% decline per year over the next 3 years. So not the greatest news, but hopefully firming up is what happens.
It's better than what it was. Yeah. And so turning to events, the WAMICon event was April 14th and 15th. So we have some stuff up on the website with news about that successful event and also a photo gallery. So check that out. And then I'll be heading to NI Connect only in a couple of days from now. It used to be NI Week, which was a spectacular event, but I've really kind of lost track of them the last few years. They were acquired recently by Emerson, and I think that's kind of reinvigorated them. So anxious to check that out. It'll be in Fort Worth instead of Austin this time. How about you for events? I hear you have a big event coming up. It could be life-changing, maybe.
I do. After just about 47 years in this industry, it's time to hang up my slide rule and Smith chart and retire. And, it's funny because the first thing really that I did when I started working after I found my desk was to get a subscription to Microwave Journal. And that was back in the days of bingo cards that I'm sure you remember. So it's kind of fitting, I think, that I get to close my career at Microwave Journal. And in between, I've participated in and seen a tremendous number of things. The growth of MMICs and solid state electronics.
Don't date yourself now.
I think I already have. Phased arrays, the birth of the commercial wireless industry, the internet. And yes, there was a time before the internet. And more recently, the transformation of the satellite industry, AI that I just mentioned, and quantum computing. And Microwave Journal has been at every step of the way, kind of capturing and archiving those events. And so you and I are pretty visible. We're doing Frequency Matters, and we're at shows, and we're doing webinars, but none of this could happen without people behind the scenes. And so it's the video team that does Frequency Matters. It's the team back at the office that publishes the magazine. It's the digital team that does all the webinars and all the digital products that we've all come to know and love, along with the authors and the presenters. And the magazine wouldn't be possible without them. So it's been a pleasure knowing you, reconnecting with you after our Maycom days, getting to know some of the people at Microwave Journal. And it's definitely been a privilege and a pleasure to work with the magazine and hopefully contribute a little bit to the industry.
Yeah, we're definitely going to miss you. And
thank you.
We have hired a replacement. Del Pearson will be on the next episode, but we really wish you well.
Yeah, great. I appreciate that. It's a tinge of sadness, but the magazine's in great hands with Del and the rest of the crew, and the industry's in great hands. And I'm looking forward to the next step.
Well, we hope you have a good retirement.
Great. Thank you. And that literally closes this episode. Our sponsors have been RFMW and Infineon. RFMW is a technical distributor who provides RF and microwave products and now power management products. When you start your next design, please consider their multiple product lines. Infineon IR High-Rel offers a diverse portfolio of high reliability product management and conversion solutions for aviation, defense, and harsh environments with products manufactured in certified U.S. facilities. And remember, as a member of the industry, a subscription to Microwave Journal is free, so please go to our website and sign up if you're not already a subscriber. Also, please go to our channels and hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching this episode of Frequency Matters, and tune in again for the next one. Thank you.